Hello there, my name is Thomas Rollo and welcome to my YouTube channel where we talk all things trading, finances and money in general. Now today I'd like to share with you my trade on RVP, which is still currently running, and usually I share my trades on Instagram. However, my Instagram is still disabled because of a stupid hacking attack, and Facebook is taking forever to respond to any Instagram related issues because it's one company and it's just the support currently. It's been over a month that my Instagram has been disabled and it's just ridiculous. So usually I share my trades and some thoughts on trading and etc. Usually I do that via Instagram, but since Instagram is not active, I've decided to film a short YouTube video and show you my quite cool trade on RVP stock. So let's move right to the trading station. So let's take a look at this RVP trade, which is Retractable Technologies Incorporated, and I'm not gonna go into much depth on the fundamental analysis here. You can just go to Yahoo Finance and read about the news on this company and see the reasoning behind its recent climb. And as you can see, I've been in this position for quite a while. Here is my entry right here, about right here with 6,000 shares on the 20th of January. So at 10:29 New York time. So basically the logic here is real simple, and for those of you who are my students, you already identify exactly why I've taken a long trade with this stock right here, and that would be this key market level at around 1250. And I did take, at some point I really wanted to take a true break from the squeezing here, but at the same time there was a gap, and usually there are sometimes those stupid gaps above the level, and so therefore you cannot really take an entry into climbing with a true break model. Therefore I had to refrain to a false break of that level, so retest of that level basically. So, and that's what I did right here. And my stop, it's a daily chart, so my stop was about, I believe, $1. So it was not low, so it was quite a big stop, but at the same time I had quite big expectations off of it. So I wasn't expecting to trade it intraday, so I did not expect to hold it for just one day. So I was expecting to hold it for at least a few weeks, and it's been about a month, so I've been into this trade for about 30 days now. And it's been up and down, and I've been watching it, and to be honest, I did move the stop a few days ago to this location, to the previous peak. So if we go lower, I mean, we're gonna be in no man's land, and we could again retest the level here, and so a difficult situation. So I would just be fine with not closing the trade somewhere here, unfortunately, but it still will be a $23,000 profit in the worst case scenario for this one trade. But again, it's ever so slightly different from what I usually do, so it's not intraday trading. And some of you have asked me to show some of my rare, I don't have many of these trades, they're quite rare, and sometimes when I have time to screen for stocks and opportunities, I do get an idea of a long-term trade with a similar. So when you are becoming my student and you're learning everything that there is in my learning program, you'll still learn all of this stuff, which you'll be able to apply not just intraday for day trading. You'll also be able to apply this stuff for more long-term kinds of trades and controllable ways of investments basically. So even if you're a stock investor, it's gonna help you to find explainable and controllable entries into your long-term trades, and even portfolio building. There are different ways of how you could combine it, and here is a good example. So basically I did believe in RVP that it's gonna climb, and I really wanted to find a place to enter into it technically. So there would be a technical key market level which would symbolize some yes or no game, so to speak, and this was exactly the thing that I was looking for. It was, in my personal view, it was a perfect place to enter, and it was confirmed as you can see here. The confirmation is not very precise, but it was confirmed many times in the 1 hour chart and the 4 hour chart, so you can just go and check it out. It was quite good looking, and so it served as a good place, as a good reason to enter into a long trade and just keep it for quite a while. And again, I mean, 6,000 shares, that's, oh, I don't know why my stop here and take profit have reset. This is usually the size that I will use for my short-term trading. So intraday, something like 20 cents stop and 60 cents take profit per usually for long term, obviously you would need that more leeway and more place for the market to play around, so to speak. So you would use a bigger stop. In this case, again, I used about a $1 stop, and my take profit was at around $3 as usual, so at least 3-1. However, I did see that the impulse was there, the power was really there, and I really wanted to keep it for a little bit longer, and that's why I kept it until this moment. And I wanted to see maybe it would be, that next explosion, and even the ATR, the movement and the volatility of the stock was increasing rapidly as we went past $10, and there is a very good reason why $10 mark is super important, and for those of you who are into trading know why $10 is important. And if you're one of my students, then you know also why $10 is extremely important, and that's why there was this location here which confirmed that $10 is also important for the stock, and it's important for any stock. And then we just started exploding, and this is exactly the reason, plus all the fundamentals of the company. I really believe that it's gonna move. So and it did. But right now we're consolidating, and perhaps there is gonna be a correction. So I don't know, it's been 30 days, and that's why I've moved my stop to this location. I'm not gonna use a take profit, so I'm not gonna place it above $20. Again, as you can see here, we faced a major resistance at $20, so perhaps we're gonna have trouble with it. In the future, we'll see, maybe we'll squeeze to it again, and maybe I'll just add into this trade again if we'll see a similar structure here and there isn't going to be anything negative in the fundamentals of the company, so the reports, news, etc., which is also quite simple to follow, and this is also covered in my learning program. But yeah, this is one of my only recent trades in terms of my long-term trades. I don't take them often. I'm more of a short-term trader, but when the opportunity presents itself, and when something is as nice looking as this, and I don't really have absolutely any time for active day trading, then sometimes I'm doing these kinds of trades, and this one is really good looking, and the number is quite nice as well, so I've decided to share it. Out of all the trades that I had recently, I think it's the only trade, yeah, I believe it's the only trade that I had this year, the long-term trade especially. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And so the worst case scenario is going to be $23,000, which is, not bad. It doesn't always happen like this, but when you have correct ratio of your losing trades to winning trades, then this kind of stuff becomes very financially interesting. But of course, I mean, when we are talking about buying 6,000 shares, you have to multiply 6,000 by, for example, if you're not using any leverage, then you have to multiply 6,000 by $17, and then you'll know exactly how much money you need to get into a trade like this. And yeah, so still in, here is the entry, quite nice looking complex false break in the hourly chart, and but just in general looks quite nice, worked out quite well, and a super strong, super powerful impulse in the hourly chart here, and now we're just consolidating. So I believe that this location here would be a perfect placement for my stop. I might be wrong, just as always. I could maybe close the trade right now and get myself an extra $5,000 or so, but I'll just keep it because I'm trying to be as systematic as bloody freaking possible, and just see what happens. Because again, with 6,000 shares, if I would have closed the trade somewhere at this location, which theoretically I could have done because there was quite a strong resistance from the $20 mark, I still do believe till this day that we could squeeze it again and push it above $20. But as of right now, this mark right here, which is a bit above $16, if we move lower, then the risk is going to be increasing by too much, and I don't like too much risk, so I will just close it automatically with a stop loss there, and it will be the end of it. So if it just stops me out and then moves above $20, so be it, no problem. I'm used to it. I'm doing what I know, and I'm doing how I know how to do it correctly, and it has proven to be quite effective and has made me quite a okay amount of money throughout the last many years. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my trade on RVP that is still live, so you can keep track of it, and maybe I'll make another video update about it if there's going to be anything interesting about it. And yeah, so that's basically it. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, and there are gonna be quite a few really awesome videos coming out very soon. So please subscribe if you're not subscribed. Quite a lot of you guys who are watching are not subscribed, and please show me that support and subscribe. And as always, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next videos.